Hello boys and girls. In this video, we're going to be looking at solutions to two questions that appeared from the chapter Quadratic Equations, given as a part of the sample paper given by the board for term 2 of academic year 21-22. Both of these were section A questions, question 2 and question 6. Question 6 had an internal choice. So in total, we'll be looking at solution for 3 questions, reasonably easy questions, but with some points where we really need to watch out for and be careful in solving these questions, right? Let's get started. The first one is find the value of m so that the quadratic equation mx times 5x minus 6 plus a 9 equals 0 has two equal roots. What's the condition for equal roots? The quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Then if the discriminant is equal to 0, then it will have two equal roots. Discriminant of a quadratic equation is given by b square minus 4ac equals 0. So let's write this quadratic equation to resemble the ax square plus bx plus c format. So we have mx times 5x, which is going to make it as 5mx square, mx into minus 6, which is minus 6mx plus a 9 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation. So what's a in this equation? A is equal to a 5m. What is b in this equation? Which is minus 6m. And what is c in this equation? C is equal to 9. So the discriminant therefore is going to be equal to b square minus 6m the whole square minus 4ac, 4 into 5m into 9 is equal to 0. So this part is equal to 36m square minus, what I'll do is 9m, I'll write all of them together, minus 36m into a 5. So I'm just rewriting it as 4 into 9, 36 into m, 36m into 5. This is equal to 0. Realize that 36m is a term common to both these parts. So let's take 36m common outside. We take 36m common outside. There's going to be an m left in the first term, and there's going to be a 5 left in the second term. So m minus 5 is equal to 0. So product of two parts is 0, when at least one of these two parts is 0. 36m equals 0 translates to m is equal to 0. m minus 5 could be 0. In that case, m is equal to 5. Look at what happens when m is equal to 0. If m is equal to 0, the entire x terms vanish, which means we don't have a quadratic equation at all. So m is equal to 0 is not a possibility. M is equal to 5 is the answer to this question, right? So question number 2 is done. So for what values of m will you have equal roots? We'll have equal roots when m is equal to 5. So move on to the sixth question. Start with part 1. This is a word problem. So information is given in terms of words and sentences to us. We need to make sense out of it, frame an equation. The equation in this case will end up becoming a quadratic equation. Subsequently, we'll either use a quadratic formula, or if it's possible to factorize it, we'll factorize it and get the answer. Start with the question. If Ritu were younger by 5 years than what she really is, then the square of her age would have been 11 more than 5 times her present age. What is her percentage? This is what we need to find out. We'll break each of these parts and then make sense out of it. So let's start by assigning a variable for what we need to find out. We need to find out her percentage. So I'm going to assign a variable for her percentage. Let's say that is equal to x years. Present age is x years. When I take the first part, if Ritu were younger by 5 years than what she really is x years. She is 5 years younger. Let's say she's right now 15 years old. If she were 5 years younger, she would have been 10 years old. She is right now x years old. So if she's 5 years younger, then her age would have been x minus 5. She is 15, 5 years younger would have made her 10. She is x, therefore 5 years younger would have made her x minus 5. So if she were 5 years younger than what she is, that component is done. Then the square of her age would have been square of her age if she were 5 years younger. 5 years younger, her age is x minus 5. Square of that will be x minus 5 the whole square. Then the square of her age would have been 11 more than 5 times her present age. 11 more than 5 times her present age. Her present age is equal to x. 5 times her present age is 5x. 11 more than 5 times her present age is equal to 11 plus 5x. So what is equal to 11 more than 5 times her present age? Square of her age had she been 5 years younger. Square of her age had she been 5 years younger is x minus 5 the whole square. They're saying that is equal to 11 plus 5x. Let's expand this and simplify it, so we'll see a quadratic equation in the process. So this is x square minus 10x plus 25 is equal to 11 plus 5x. Take all terms to one side. So you'll have x square minus 15x, 25 minus 11 is equal to plus 14 is equal to 0. So now we have a typical quadratic equation. It's a factorizable quadratic equation. Let's take it to the next slide. So x square minus 15x plus f14 is equal to 0. Product is plus 14, sum is minus 15. So you can basically split this minus 15 as a minus 14 and a minus 1. So it's going to be x square minus 14x minus x plus f14 is equal to 0. X common from the first and second term, x minus 14, minus 1 common from the third and the fourth term, x minus 14 is equal to 0. So this would translate to x minus 14 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. The product is 0 when at least one of these two terms is 0. So if x minus 14 is 0, x is equal to f14. If x minus 1 is a 0, then x is equal to 1. X equals 1. Then if she were 5 years younger, would have made her age negative. So that's not possible. So x minus 1 is ruled out. Her present age is equal to 14 years. So this is the answer to the question. So this question is a word problem. Essentially making sense out of each of these parts is what makes this question interesting. So get conversant with how to translate what is given in words and sentences into equations, right? So these kinds of problems come every now and then. If you're not comfortable with translating this, right, my suggestion is look at an alternative if it is available. This question had an internal choice. The internal choice would have made sense for people who could not frame the equation. Solve for x given this quadratic equation. Obviously, we don't have numbers here, so factorizing is not going to be possible. So let's go with the quadratic formula. What's the quadratic formula? The quadratic formula is the value of x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. What is given to us? This is the equation. So what is a for us in this equation? A is equal to 9. What is b? B is equal to minus 6p. That's b. What is c? C is equal to p square minus a q square. Plug all of that into this. Simplified, we'll find the value of x. So minus b is minus of minus 6p plus or minus square root of b square, which is minus 6p the whole square, minus 4 into 9, which is a, into c, which is p square minus q square divided by 2a, which is 2 times 9 is what we have. So this minus of minus 6p will make it as plus 6p plus or minus square root of minus 6p the whole square is 36p square. Minus 4 into 9 is a minus 36 into p square is a minus 36p square. Minus of minus will make it as plus. So plus 36q square divided by 18 is what we have. 36p square minus 36p square will get cancelled. So we'll take it to the next slide, which will leave us with is 6p plus or minus square root of 36q square, which is nothing but 6q. So 6p plus or minus 6q divided by the denominator is equal to an 18. Take 6 common in the numerator. So 6 times p plus or minus q divided by 18 is the value of x. 6 cancels with an 18 to leave us with a 3. So one value of x is equal to p plus q divided by 3. The second value of x is equal to p minus q divided by 3. This is not very easy, but if you struggle with converting sentences into equations, this probably is a better option to go with, right? 6a, 6b, both had some elements of difficulty in them. So this question to that extent was not as easy as what we have seen with other chapters like arithmetic progression.
Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.